Services that is in Mukono.
Uhuru
International Medical Services that is in Mukono.
That's nice.
Yeah, I do much of andrology issues that is dealing with the reproductive system of the man. In simplicity, someone can take it as an opposite of a gynecologist. So me, I'm majorly dealing with the men.
Why interested in dealing with men?
The major reason why I'm so much interested with dealing cases of the men, I realized that there was a very big gap, and most of our men were not all that easily attended to. They didn't have any specialized corner where they could go and share their health issues. So that's why I had to opt for taking up this specialty.
So if I'm to ask, in a month, how many men do you see? How have you increased the men's health coverage? You know, we are now in One Health, universal health coverage. And when you say that you're interested in supporting men's health, I am really impressed. But would like to know, what are you doing to make sure to bring men to attend your services? And that bit I'm asking, like in a month, how many men do you see?
Okay, that's so nice to ask. And if I'm to have a brief statistics of our turn up for men who are seeking these reproductive health services, in a month, our statistics are raising up, because as per now, currently we can attend to a number of reaching to 50 men who are seeking reproductive health services. And among these services, the one which is taking up a priority is the erectile dysfunction in men, which is affecting men silently, although most of them are fearing to speak it out, but silently it is affecting most of them. It is followed up by infertility. A number of men are finding it challenging to them to parent children, to impregnate their wives and have children. And to a smaller extent, we have some cases that come into our counter, which is prostate cancer and other diseases of the reproductive system of the men.
Okay.
Yes, we have a number of UTI cases, and also we extend our services to offer safe male circumcision to the men who have not yet circumcised. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Henry. We really love the fact that you're helping men's health. Just like I said, men seeking health behavior is down, it's not the standard. And when a man comes to a health facility, we are pretty sure that they are really sick and they need your attention. And of course, now let's dive into prostate cancer. Most of us do just hear these statistics. When in a meeting by the Ministry of Health on unifying against communicable and non-communicable diseases, of recent, we are talking about these non-communicable diseases, but we said that most of these non-communicable diseases, we see them by statistics. 1 in 3 Ugandans is obese or overweight. Do you get the point? Does that make sense?
Obvious.
Oh, because you're a doctor, but a person who is just watching. When you say 1 in 3 Ugandans is either obese or overweight, I am not part of the statistic. Tolina chokorachi? Chongamba, like, I'm not obese.
Actually, to bring this image so clear to the public, you need to be having statistical information. That's when the communities or the population can really see and understand that there is prostate cancer that is rising up among the men. But without statistical information, most people are going to see it as normal information, as news. But when you have a figure and you correlate it with the population that is living without the prostate cancer, most of them, they are going to see, oh wow, there is a bigger percentage of men who are suffering with prostate cancer. And how could I be part of them? Can I be? And how can I be attended to in case such a thing happens to me? Yeah.
Continue the conversation. What prostate cancer is.
Now, thank you so much, Dr. Kamara, for that brief introduction. Now, when we talk of prostate cancer, as you know, it is it is like any other kind of cancer that you have heard of. But this one specifically grows to the prostate gland. Most of us, we have heard of cancers. We have heard of lung cancers, you have seen people with skin cancers, you have seen women battling breast cancers, cervical endometrial cancers. But now for the prostate cancer, this one is specifically
For
to the prostate gland that is in men. And it's so unfortunate it doesn't happen in what? In the females. Now, when I talk of the prostate gland, what is this prostate gland that men are facing it challenging and are having cancer with? Now, this prostate gland is just a piece of a small gland that is situated just below their urinary bladder. Every man, there is that part of you in your reproductive system, which you call the bladder, where urine collects up. But slightly below it, adjacent to it, there is what we call a prostate gland, which does a number of functions, as we shall discuss as the discussion goes on. And for the sake of the prostate cancer, now this cancer comes and grows into that gland specifically. It starts up slowly within the gland. It extends to the nearby other organs. We have the bladders, we have the seminal vesicles. It extends to the nearby lymph nodes. It keeps growing and extending to different body parts until it has moved far distant to the level it can even reach the lungs, can grow to the liver. At that stage, it has metastasized to different distant body parts. But originally, it has grown up from the prostate gland.
So people would like to understand, what role does the prostate do in men?
Wow. Now, the prostate gland in men, it has a number of functions.
Give us like 3. Only.
Now, the first one, we have it produces some prostatic fluids. Now, these ones are majorly important in the reproduction part of it. Now, it produces almost like 30% of the semen fluid, which is a component of the semen. And the prostatic fluid, that component, it has a number of functions, like it helps the semen to liquefy, okay? Whereby when a man produces that semen, it is very thick. But due to the presence of these enzymes that are produced by the prostate gland, it liquefies and it becomes more liquid, so that it can move smoothly into the reproductive organ of the what? Of the woman. Then another function that this prostatic fluid does, it is produced in an alkaline situation, and it helps to neutralize the acidity of the environment of the reproductive organ of the woman.
Okay.
Now, when a man produces his semen that contains sperms, now if it doesn't contain this 30% of the prostatic fluids, now when it goes to the reproductive organ of the woman, now the acidity of the reproductive organs of the woman, they will burn the sperms, and you end up not producing a woman, any child. So the prostate gland does a lot of functions, okay, especially in the reproductive part of it. Yes.
Okay, that's really pretty amazing. You know, this is more of science, dear viewers, because we want to make sure we learn together what are some of these important organs that we have that are very essential in the reproduction system. If you are still watching us, please visit our social media platforms, Good Data Vision Uganda on LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, and of course we can get back to you. You can have your comments, suggestions, opinions about prostate and prostate cancer, so that we can also learn from you. Dr. Henry, please go on.
Yeah, actually, on addition to that, you realize a number of men who have issues or challenges with their prostate. They're finding some number of challenges in making their wives pregnant. So the prostate gland does so much in the productivity of the man.
Wow.
And when you go deep during the assessment of the infertility in men, when you realize that the prostate gland is affected, chances are high that this man is also going to have some fertility issues or challenges. Now, going back to our core point, which is the prostate gland and its cancer. What is this cancer? And what is it? Now, to go slightly deeper, I don't want to go for so much deep into the issues of science.
Give us what you should know.
Yeah, because this one is for the general public to know. Now, when we talk of cancer, in a layman's understanding, literally, we try to simplify it as the body cells. In Luganda mubuyita obutafaali obuzimba omubiri. Yes, kati for the prostate cancer, buno obutafaali, the cell obuzimba ki? Obuzimba prostate gland. They grow rapidly and controlled. What do I mean here? These cells that are making up the prostate gland, yes, under natural circumstances, they keep growing, they reach a lifespan, they die. Okay? That's how God created it. Now, but in this situation where someone is starting to develop a cancer, these cells, they grow abnormally, they don't die, they keep multiplying, and the more cells are multiplying, are being formed, the prostate gland keeps growing, enlarging, because of the poor coordination or the poor control of the growth of these cells.
Okay.
Yes. So in that situation, if the cells are growing up uncontrollably, they keep up multiplying and they be very many and they don't die out. So they end up making the prostate gland enlarged. It ends up growing abnormally big, more than the normal size that is supposed to what? A man is supposed to have.
Okay.
And when you look at the statistic part of it, of the prostate cancer in men, for us who normally keep reading about information, new things, you realize that prostate cancer is one of the leading cancers in men. Yeah, it followed by esophageal cancer, cancers of the throat, and sometimes go to the to lung cancers, because those are some of the cancers which are so common. But when you look at the current situation, let me say for Uganda, the leading cancer that we have in men is the prostate what?
Cancer.
Prostate cancer. Whereby when you look at in figure part of it, you realize almost like 40 men in 100,000 men. If you are to do a random screening exercise, if you screen almost like 100,000 men, chances are high by statistics, you'll find almost 39 to 40 men, they'll be found out with prostate cancer.
Wow.
In whichever state that they have been screened up. Others you'll find they're still in the early stages. Others you find in late stages that cannot be reversed. So you find a number of men, most of them are silently growing up with this cancer, and to make it worse, you realize that they end up going for medical services when it is too late, where treatment modalities cannot help anymore. So in every 100,000 men that you look around, expect almost 40% or 40 of them to be having prostate cancer. And when you're generally looking at the men alone, you realize when you are categorizing the cancers that are affecting our health now, in men, you realize that prostate cancer is the leading. Yes.
Wow. Excellent. This has been a wonderful review about prostate cancer, and we've so far looked on what a prostate is, the functions of a prostate in men, prostate gland in men, and we've also looked into the prostate cancer itself. And of course, now we are going to dive into the risk factors. Who is at a risk of getting the prostate cancer? And of course, men, I think men must be the #1 risk factor. Being
of course, it attacks men. It has no issues to do with women.
Please go on.
Prostate cancer has nothing to do with the women. The fact that the women, they don't have what? They don't have the prostate gland in them. So looking at that, who is at a risk of developing prostate cancer? um, by statistics, you realize that every man who clocks the age of 45 years stands a risk of developing prostate cancer. That's why we are always advising men, whenever they clock 45 years and above, let them start screening for what? For prostate cancer. Because at that age, by the health guidelines, especially for us here in the sub-Saharan region and Uganda at large, you stand chances of starting to develop what? Prostate cancer. Who else is at a risk of developing prostate cancer? There's what we call genetical inheritance or genetical factor part of it, whereby if by coincidence or by any accident in your family, either your parents, your dad, your uncles, your siblings, any of them had a history of suffering or dying from prostate cancer, you also, the current generation, you stand chances of developing what? Prostate cancer. If there was that family history of any of your siblings being attacked by the prostate cancer, you also stand chances of developing what? This prostate cancer. And another bigger percentage of our men who are at a risk of developing this cancer are these men who are taking up who are living a sedentary lifestyle and they're using much of processed food. I know due to urbanization and the rise up in technologies, most of us we are switching up to consumption of processed food. But this one, with my doctor who is a nutritionist here, I really think we need to enforce much on it to encourage our population what they are really fighting for. Because you realize that if you are to study prostate cancer and take enough history from this client who has come and you have diagnosed him with prostate cancer, at least to a small extent in his history, you realize that there was consumption of processed foods. Yes, we don't discourage processed food intake, but there is what we call excessive consumption of these processed food. In the morning, you're on processed foods. Lunch, you're on processed foods. Dinner, you're on processed food. Supper, you're on processed food. Monday to Monday, January to December. So that excessive consumption of processed food also puts you at a high risk of developing this prostate cancer.
How?
It is a very detailed science,
Very
but
long story.
it's a long story. But I can just give a brief talk about it just in 1 second. You know, these processed food, they have, when you take them, there is what we call, they release a number of free radicals. Now, when you have to read much about free radicals and the free radicals and the oxygen releasing species, there is a way they distort the normal functionality of a cell. They go and destroy the DNA of this body cell. And the moment anything tampers with the DNA of any cell, remember, I know you did a lot of science when you're still in secondary, Mr. Kamara. You know the DNA controls all the cell activities. Now, anything that goes inside the cell and distorts the functionality of the DNA, it is going to rupture out as a disaster. So when you dig much about processed food, they release those free radicals, and the major target of these free radicals, they go and destroy those cells. They go into the DNA and disorganize. It's what? It's controlling capacity of the cell. And in the due course, you end up developing what? A number of health issues. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Henry Asimwe. Friends, Dr. Henry Asimwe is from Uhuru International Medical Services, Mukono, and is an expert when it comes to male health and wellness. And he has done this for a couple of years, and he's here sharing with us his expertise about prostate cancer. We are digging deep into the risk factors, looking at who is at risk. And we said that being a man, you having that prostate, you may not know that you have it, but just not every man has it. You might be, that's risk number one. We've also talked into unhealthy diets or lifestyle behaviors. It has fully explained how this contributes by oxidative rancidity, oxidative free radicals, how they contribute to cancer compounds in the body. Has also talked about you talked about gaining weight. I don't know.
Sedentary lifestyle.
Sedentary
All that
lifestyle.
comes in that bracket of sedentary lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please go ahead and talk about other behaviors that could predispose our men to cancers.
On addition to those mentioned risk factors, what I can add on is when you look at these risk factors, there is also what increases the risks. What do I mean here? You have a risk, but you increase its severity.
Okay.
I'll give an example of this main topic that we are talking of, which is prostate cancer. For these risks that are being elevated high, okay, you realize that most of our population, most of our communities, they lack enough awareness. The moment awareness has been cut off, there is also a higher risk of you progressing your prostate cancer. How does that come in? The moment that the population is not educated that if I am a man, the moment I clock 45 years, I need to start screening myself prostate cancer. So if there is lack of awareness that me, a man, if I expose myself to sedentary lifestyle, I start eating a lot of processed foods, I don't do enough exercises, my nutrition is not all that recommended, that kind of information that the public needs to know. You realize that you have increased the risk of you progressing your cancer from earlier stages into the late stages. So such a kind of information needs to be shared to the public. A lot of awareness needs to be made. Because without awareness, most of us men, what we know is wake up, let's go and hustle to bring back bread. None of us is, less of us are informed that I'm supposed at least once in a while, can I go and start screening myself about prostate cancer? So lack of awareness also, you realize that it increases the risk of you progressing
to the second level, to the third level,
to the other stage of prostate cancer, whereby even the available treatment modalities, they will be less effective.
Oh, okay.
You are very much aware that when cancer has gone to the late stages, we just do conservative treatment. We shall just put you into palliative care. So you realize that lack of awareness has increased the risks of progressing your cancer.
True.
So you need to put more emphasis, need to create more awareness, and make these services available to the population, to the communities. Because you realize that even lack of enough facilities to handle these cases, it is also another risk that we are taking up.
Very
Because
true.
if I'm to take an estimate, let me give an example in a district where we don't have services, or we don't have strategies that are aimed up about screening for these diseases, aimed about promoting male health. Okay, so that community is going to be lacking such a kind of service.
Awareness.
Such a kind of service awareness, and even the service itself, the screening itself, the testing itself. Okay, so men who are in that locality, they are going to be affected. By the time they are referred to Mulago National Referral Hospital from those far distant areas where there are no treatment services, or where there are no these services, okay, it is too late. It is too late, and in such a case, you have increased also your risks of progressing your cancer into an advanced stage where you will not be able to come out, Mr. Kamal.
Wow. Thank you so much for watching Good Day Television. We take a short quick break, but when we return, we shall discuss more on the signs and symptoms, and we look into the prevention strategies available. See you shortly.
In the neighborhood, near stagnant water and mosquito breeding sites, malaria lurks, always waiting to strike. But fear not, for here comes Mr. Vaxxer, the ultimate protector against malaria. For years, malaria has been one of the biggest threats to children under 5, making them weak and even putting their lives at risk. But now, the government is introducing a new solution, the malaria vaccine. The malaria vaccine is now in the routine immunization schedule. The malaria vaccine is administered in 4 doses at 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and 18 months. This vaccine will provide extra protection against severe malaria. And don't forget, routine immunization protects children from many deadly diseases. Every vaccine matters. Visit the nearest health facility for routine immunization services today. Mr. Vaxxer, the malaria vaccine is free, safe, and ready to protect our children. Will you join the fight and complete all 4 doses? For more information, call the Ministry of Health on 0800 100 066. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
Thank you so much for watching Good Day Television. Everyone is Destination PM with me, Kamara, Daniel. And of course, we'd like to once again say that this is one of the leading health shows in Uganda that measures on prevention, making health complexities simpler so that you understand them better. By the way, I'm the Outstanding Nutritionist of the Year 2025 by the Ministry of Health. I was awarded this on the 14th of November at the Africa Health Summit here in Kampala by the Ministry of Health under the Heroes in Health Awards. And of course, we'd like to say that health education, health awareness begins from Good Day Television. Everyone is Destination and PM. We are giving you different doctors to give you different health information that matters in your lifestyle. Today we are focusing on men, and we're talking about prostate cancer with Dr. Henry Asimwe. He's now going to tell us a few signs and symptoms, though he encourages you not to wait for these, rather screen all the time. Dr. Henry.
When we look at the prostate cancer, and in general, all cancers, you realize that in the early stages, the symptoms are very minimal, or you may not get any symptom. The same applies to this prostate cancer. In early stages, stage 1 and maybe stage 2 of the prostate cancer, you may not have much significant symptoms that you present. Okay? That's what always drives us to always encourage our men to go randomly to the nearby any health facility to have these screening tests done. So that it can help us to detect these cancerous cells when they are still in the early stages. You know very well when the cancer has been detected in the early stage, even the available treatment modalities, they can be of higher success rates. Okay? And if you let it go to the late stages, that's when you start you start having much of the symptoms. Majorly now for the men, you realize that in stage 1 and stage 2, stage 1, you as a man, you may not feel anything, but the cancerous cells they are growing slowly. You will not feel any symptom. It progresses to stage 2. Stage 2 might be, that's when by an accident a doctor can identify some enlargement of your prostate through the digital rectal exam. Sometimes when you come for these routine assessments, your doctor can decide to do a digital rectal exam, and that's when by accident he can do what? He can identify an enlargement of your prostate. Okay? Now, when we progress to stage 3, stage 4, now then the signs and the symptoms start coming up. Okay? And to a worst extent, some of them may appear when you're even in the 4th stage. That's when you realize, wow, there is something abnormal in my reproductive system. Okay? That's when you start planning. And to cut it short, Dr. Kamara, you know, for us men, we have a very poor health-seeking behaviors. When you realize something abnormal in your system, you say, it could be normal. Let me give it a few times as I watch out and I see. 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. As you are giving it time to do what? To grow. Remember, you developed a symptom 1 year ago. But due to these poor health-seeking behaviors, and it's so common with men, that one, it is evidently seen. A man going to seek health information, that's when he has been really squeezed to the last point. Okay? And they come when the cancer is growing to the last stages. Now, when you look at the signs and the symptom, you as a man that you should notice, okay? Putting aside that you are supposed to go for routine screening exercises. But when you develop some of these signs and symptoms, please, don't hesitate. Don't even give it a second thought to contact your doctor. One of the signs you'll have, there is going to be change in your sexual partners. You know very well your prostate gland does so much in you having your sexual behaviors, especially attaining erection. So the moment you start having change or decline in gaining your erection, sustaining your erection, you need to contact your doctor. It can be an early sign that you are developing something unusual on your prostate. It keeps on progressing slowly. Even men who have challenges with producing, it could be an indicator that your prostate gland is having a challenge. Okay? Now, when you interact with your health care provider, you never know, by accident you can realize that it was the issue of the prostate. And what is it? It is a cancer that is growing up. And as the disease keeps on growing, these symptoms keep on worsening. The so common ones we have as you a man, you go into the washroom to ease yourself. Your stream, you know, a man, when you stand here, at least you must project something at a given distance. But when you are developing this prostate cancer, when you already have this prostate cancer, you're going to develop a weak stream. Instead of you projecting something at a distance, it just drips out. Okay? That is also another sign that a man should watch out, especially men who are developing prostate cancer. Your stream of urine, your urine output stream, it becomes very, very, very weak. And then when this weak stream is coming, sometimes it is associated with burning sensation, with pain. You feel you are forcing it out. There is that sign of forcing out of urine output. You feel you are forcing it out. It is passing through a narrow way. So most of it you are going to experience it as pain as you are passing out what? as you're passing out urine. Now, the moment you start developing those small, even if you develop one, don't wait to develop 5 or 10 of them. Even if you, if you see one, please seek advice from your healthcare provider. Okay? And another sign that you as a man, you're going to develop, this one is so common, and it is worse at night. Every time you want to go to the washroom, the moment you start developing such a kind of signs, 1 minute you want to go to the washroom, and it is so worse at night. During the day it gives you comfort, but when it comes during the night, that's when it does what? It misbehaves. Yeah, it misbehaves during that night. Every second you want to go to the washroom. After 1 second you want to go to the washroom. There is also that other part. Then as the disease keeps progressing, these symptoms, they keep worsening. To an extent, you start developing pain. You can have low abdominal pain. You might think it is just normal pain. That's why I'm so keen on it. The moment you are at you have reached that age bracket of 45 and above as a man, and you start developing symptoms in your lower abdomen,
don't take them for granted.
Don't take them for granted. Pain is not supposed to be there. There is something abnormal that God did not put there that is causing that pain. Pain can become in the lower abdomen. It can go into the lower back. So you keep complaining, lower back pain. And you can witness with me, most of us, if we don't have much information. That's why I want this information to go so much to the population, to the community, not at the health workers. Because the health workers, they already know these things. But the population is not so much aware. So you realize that most of the population, when they develop back pain, the lower pain, abdominal pain, they almost always think it is a UTI infection. They pass to a colleague, give me some drug, I feel some UTI. Such a kind of bad behaviors. Let me call them the healthy bad behaviors. They're not good. So you think you are treating a UTI, but if you have not been fully assessed, you may end up there growing a what? A prostate cancer, low abdominal pain, you develop back pain, pelvic pain. To an extent, when it has worsened, you start developing constipation. Okay? You realize that some of these patients who have abnormal enlarged prostate, they're going to start developing constipation. Urine output is forced out. Urine cannot come out very well. You are forcing it out.
Dr. Henry,
yes.
In a bid to manage time, because really you've exhausted this discussion, we'd like now to look into the impact of prostate cancer on families and households. In the next 2 minutes, then we'll look into prevention and treatment strategies.
The health impact of it to the family, the community,
the household.
Just the mere hearing of the word cancer.
It's a threat.
It is just, let me call it, it is a national threat. Because sometimes when you try to screen some of the people, the first thing is, please, as long as you're going to tell me cancer, first hold on.
It's a threat.
It is just a health threat. And as a health threat, psychologically, mentally, it has affected you. The man who has been waking up at 6 to go to the streets of Kampala to hustle and look for bread, he's mentally
down.
He's mentally down. What am I after? After all, you know that it is too late. I've already developed cancer. I may not heal. So there is that mental impact of it. You go into stress, depression, anxiety. Okay? Just you hearing that what? You have developed what? Cancer. Something which is not going to heal. Something which is not going to go away. Okay? So there is that other impact. And also on the family hold themselves also. Financially, this family is going to be constrained. When you look at the screening part of it, just screening part of it, it is a little bit costly because the number of tests, the number of investigations, you have to do blood tests, you have to do scanning, you have to do CT scanning, and which are expensive what? expensive strategies that are going to help you to do what? To come up with the best treatment plan. And even the treatment plan alone is very costly. Financially, it's going to constrain you. You are going to be financially drained. The savings that you have been having on your account, they're going to be drained. You'll go here, they'll tell you how. You need to get this test. Go there and do it. You not going to need to get this treatment plan. You need to get this kind of drug. Can you go and look for it? Okay. We are transporting you from here to here so that you can get the best service out of it. All that is financial impact on it. It even affects your relatives. Where you reach a point and you're completely drained out, the family members who thought it's not their concern, they have to come in now. Your brother, your sister, your aunt who had saved something, you cannot watch you dying out and attend it to. At least, I'm sure there is that one colleague who has a good heart. You will be forced out to do what? To pull out something to have your health saved. Okay? The operations alone, if it is too late, and your health service provider opts to go for a surgery, it is costly. In that cost, it is also having a health impact. And also, to go deeper as an andrologist, it has a very great impact on your productivity as a man. I told you at the beginning, the moment your prostate gland is affected, chances are high you're not going to satisfy this woman emotionally and productive-wise. Your sperms cannot be able to do what? To be of good quality to go and fertilize the egg. And in such a case, you are going to be ending up into cases of infertility. So it also has an impact, okay, onto the productivity part of you. Yes.
Let's talk about the prevention strategies so that we can later call upon the policymakers and the communities to be aware about prostate cancer. In bid to conclude this discussion, I like the fact that prostate cancer goes back to men. Your sexual productive health is really important to you, and all this are intended to create awareness and inform you of the threats that you have in healthcare delivery. Among all this, do not wait for government, be doing something on your health, because in Runyankole Uchiga we have a saying that says akaheru nikijenjera yajirachi yamara kusya. It means that if you are waiting for something from your neighbor or from your friends, it comes after rain has finished pouring. So do something for your health as government is bringing something.
Actually, Dr. Kamara, you have spoken something that has made me think deeper. We really need to tell the public, let us not wait for the government to provide for us. Let us not wait. Even the Bible says it. God helps those who are helping themselves. As you are waiting for your God, the government, to come and help you on the prevention part of it, be doing something.
Exactly.
Now, you asked me about what can we do to prevent these cancers. What can we do to prevent the prostate cancer from becoming a threat to the men's health? Point number one that I would strongly encourage is creating awareness. The more we spread this information to the public, to the communities, not just retaining this information to the health workers ourselves, keeping this information to the hospitals alone. We need to create awareness so that men, they know their risk factors, they know what they're supposed to do, and what they can do when they involve such a kind of symptoms or such a kind of a threat. So creating awareness is one key preventive strategies that need to be put into what? Into action. And if you are to prevent cancers, okay? If you are to prevent cancers, most of the prostate cancer, we shall not go away with your department, which is called nutrition. Nutrition does so much in the impact of your health. Everything that the body is showing up is as a result of what? You fed it. Okay? When you feed your body with something abnormal, with something disastrous, it is also going to give you what? Something disastrous. that is going to show up. So if you are to fight and you are laying strategies for you to prevent this prostate cancer, okay, you need to work upon your nutrition. We shall not wait for Dr. Kama to come to your household, to come and start singing for you, ringing for you the bell. But you as a person, as a man, can we try to adjust our nutrition? Let us be so keen with what we eat, because the body responds to what we are feeding it. Nutrition is one of the preventive strategies that you need to put into action. It is so wide and broad. If you are going to the dietary part of it, what you are supposed to eat, what you're not supposed to eat, it is so wide. And briefly, I can just encourage most of the men who have reached that age bracket, which we have quoted as 45 years and above, or even if you know you're at a risk of developing prostate cancer, work on your nutrition. Eat a lot of vegetables, okay? These green leaf vegetables, that's what the body needs. Take these fruits. These fruits, they have a lot of antioxidants in them, which help to detoxify and also help to neutralize these free radicals that are going to distort the functionality of your cells. Okay? So on your nutrition, have a balanced diet. Eat fruits, eat vegetables, eat some proteins, some carbohydrates on your what? On your plate. It's not a matter of eating, fill the stomach, and make the mouth feel tasty. No. It is a diet plan. It is a plan. Nutrition, it is a plan. And when you adjust your plan, your nutritional plan, some of these challenges, we can overcome them. Then another preventive strategy that can be put into play is engaging in what? In exercising, physical exercises. I'll give an example. If you are an obese man, you also stand chances of you developing prostate cancer. But when you engage in routine physical exercises, there are a number of waste products that you are removing out of your body. You're burning a lot of fats from your body. You prevent a number of issues, and in such a kind of a way you'll end up preventing something when you even didn't know. So doing exercising is very important as a man, especially when you reach that age bracket, and even when you know you're at a risk of developing any cancer. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, would like now to rally the public about screening. Give them, rally them, invite them to go for screening wherever they are for prostate cancer.
Thank you for that. Now, to the general public, I'm sure, and a real thank the Ministry of Health. It has done a very good role. At least in every sub-county, they're trying to uplift the health service deliverers. At least in every sub-county, there is a health center 3. Okay? Now, the fact that we already have service deliverers, okay, in place, it is now upon us. Can we go and seek these services from these health facilities? At least a man, when you reach an age bracket of 45 and above, go to the nearby health center. Seek that little information from that health care service provider. Discuss with him this health problem. What can I do? And yes, in some setup, they may not be having all the necessary gadgets to do the test, but at least they will guide you. They will direct you to another higher level where you are going to find a what? To find a service. Okay? So let us try to seek these services. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. The government service providers, they have some of these strategies. The private setting up, they're raising up so much. Okay? So you can seek service from these providers every corner that you go to. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We want to thank our viewers from when we started this program till the end. But of course, we'd like to inspire you to join our social media platforms. On all social media platforms, we are all there, and this program has been streamed live on TikTok, X, LinkedIn, YouTube, and everywhere, so that you can learn more about this. For those who'd like to hear from the doctor once more, He's going to share his phone number so that you can get him from wherever he is. But very important is you should take this advice so serious and go and start preventing yourself from getting these diseases. Can you read your number to our viewers?
For any health information that you need to get that in regards to the male reproductive health, my contact is 0777 11 3746. 0777 11 3746. Any kind of consultation that you need to make in regards to the male reproductive system, the male health, please you can kindly reach out and we can have you helped out.
Thank you so much. Once again, I am Kamara Daniel, the health presenter for Health and Beauty program here at Google Data Vision, located at Makerere Full Gospel Church, Sapporo Kagwa Road here in Kampala. I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas as you prepare, as you take care of yourself to make sure that you are safe, and God ensures that you are more safer. You know, we say that we love you, but God loves you most. We still continue to invite you to a crossover overnight on 31st December here on the grounds of Makerere Full Gospel Church. Do not miss. I'll be here. Come and we vibe together in the presence of the Lord, because yes, Lord is doing it. See you next week.
It's a sign that you are still traveling. The haste is a sign you have not yet anchored on the Holy Ghost. Because anyone that anchors on him, there is assurance that is administered. That is the currency of life, supernatural, that it makes available to anchor your soul, so that your soul will not be moving helter-skelter like a pendulum. That assurance quietens your soul. Have you not read the scripture that says, in quietness, in returning and rest shall be your strength? In quietness in returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength. Anyone that has met the Holy Ghost, what he does is that he anchors you on eternal reality that satisfies the longing of your soul. Your soul will rest in hope. That's why some of us pray for long. Pray for long, because that is the journey, the adventure you need to go to for the Holy Ghost to touch you and anchor your turbulent soul on grounds that cannot sink.
Wake up, put on your strength, and shake it off. Makerere Full Gospel Church Youth Ministry presents the Awaken Camp 2026 at African Village Hotel, Mukono, from 2nd to 7th of January. Theme, Isaiah 52, verses 1 and 2, at only 180k, mitwaro 18 joka. Join us for a week packed with the word, prayer, fellowship, praise and worship. Not forgetting swimming, games, and lots of fun. Bionera kumitwalo 18 jokka. For payment and installment, visit the youth desk. The Awaken Camp 2026. Powered by Emirates Fire Engineering Company Limited and Google Day TV.
A very big arrow.
Mali bakanaka. Yingiro mwakanesa nyumu masoga mukama. Nga satu mulumu December. Ye crossover night. Fena tukungane ku Gospel Church Makerere. Twebaze Katonda olw'omwaka guno. Era twanirize 2026. Mumanyi ag'okusinza okutendereza ekigambo kya Katonda okuva eri Pastor Fred Wantante n'abaweereza abalala. Era tusubwa omuyimbi Daniels okuva Nigeria ne Pastor Brian Lubega, Quiz Godfrey, John Mary, Bonakoseta Njemu nga 3 December ku Gospel Church Makerere mu crossover night. Emiryango gikulwa saa 8 ez'emisana okuyingira kwa bwerere.
Zambe azambalamu, Zambe azabolinga.
Tosuba Christmas production yanga 14 December ku Makerere Full Gospel Church.
For my eyes have seen your salvation.
Wadde eno nti ate Kaisari ate saidi eri Kerode Mukambo Kamala bannaye obunkenke nga bungi. Ogwo nno gwe muzanyo The Promise Fulfilled. Kati nno tosuba essanyu lya season ku stage mu nnyimba n'ebirala nga 14 December mu Christmas production ku Makerere Full Gospel Church. Okuyingira kwa bwereere okuva essaawa 10 ez'olweggulo. Jangu onyumirwamu naffe essanyu ly'amazaalibwa ga Yesu Kristo.
And man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day.
Wayagala ebyuma ebirungi ebyogera Basita Pasiteri. Atunda nange ngoma ne gita zonna Basita Pasiteri. Amplifier n'emizindalo Basita Pasiteri. Ebitala bya siteegi ebyebika byonna Basita Pasiteri. Ebyuma bya Ivetsi tubirina byonna Basita Pasiteri. Awundudo wa screen tupangisa Basita Pasiteri. Ku kizimbe kya Newmark William Street Basita Pasiteri. Kati nnogendayo musajja mwesigwa kituufu endo gye gisoboka ekibanja mpola akikwata wagula ebyekkanisa jangu ewa Basita Pasiteri.
Tusangibwa ku kizimbe kya Newmark ku William Street ku ground floor room number N31 opposite DFCU Bank. Essimu noti 782 00 94 43 ne noti 752 00 94 43. Wano wokka we tusangibwa.